Right, so a lot of you have asked for a tutorial for this game. So start off, this is the starter village, Kenkawa, and I'll give a quick showcase. Now, you might hear different comms and stuff. We've got this gate here, the far west side, is called Demon Gate, since it's the closest to Demon Cave, where a lot of demons are sighted. So this is Demon Gate. Then we've got Bamboo Gate, which is at the very back, which leads towards the bamboo forest, which is just over there, as you can see, with the bamboo. So this is Bamboo Gate, that's Demon Gate, and they're pretty much the main two gates. This gate doesn't have a name. I guess you could just call this the back main gate or something. And then this one is just a random gate. I don't know. They're basically the main two gates, them two. So that's all the ones you need to remember. Now, as soon as you get in game, what you need to do is pick berry bushes. So as you see, these give berries, and you pick one, you get some yen. So you want to get some yen. Like, pick probably around a whole bush full. They give quite a lot of money because we buffed them, so you didn't have to sit there farming for ages. Then you come over here to the shop, and then you hold R, and it is A and D to move in the shop. And first thing you want to buy, if you're starting out, if before Slayer, you want to buy a katana. You're going to buy one lantern, and then a Wisteria's talisman. Now, res pots, this is basically how you heal in combat. So as demons have like regen, Slayers don't have demon heal and stuff. They use res pots to heal in combat. They're like pain numbing. It's basically painkillers. You basically just chug painkillers while you're fighting demons. You want to get as many res pots as you can. I normally go for around 200 res pots because this is just a quick showcase. Also, Wisteria's talisman, you basically poison the demon when you die. So it's more of like a last stand, help other teammates survive, you know. Now for res pots in combat, you're obviously going to get injured. This is your health bar down here. And then underneath is your breathing bar. Now this breathing bar is probably going to start off at 10 or 15 or something like that. Now the way to get this breathing bar up, which I forgot to say, is you come to the shop and you want to start with a small gourd, and you basically want to keep using these gourds until you get to max breathing bar. And then when it goes gold with max next to it, that's how you know you've got total concentration breathing and you don't have to hold G anymore. Right here, these are skills. Now, to get these skills, breathing styles, now this is just ASMA, so this is Advanced Sword Martial Arts. We've got 3 sword swings. We've got like a sword leap, and then we've got like a spinning slash. Then SMA is basically just Z and X, but a lot slower wind up and lesser damage. Now, to get ASMA or SMA, you have to prog for it in lore. This is a lore game. So progging in lore would be going to finding a strong trainer who knows sword martial arts, or going to a Slayer-wide meeting and learning it there from a strong Slayer. But before any of the Slayer stuff, you actually need to become a Slayer. Now, to become a Slayer, you've got to wait for Final Selection to be hosted. Now, Final Selection are hosted at random times. Now, the way Final Selection works is that it's a huge forest. Like, when I mean huge, I mean huge. Do not get lost. And you're all going to line up, and then you'll get sent out, and you've got to survive 3 nights. In-game nights, not IRL nights, and the forest will be filled with demons. Now, bear in mind, this game has 0 NPCs. The only NPCs there is are the ones, these are the only NPCs, shop vendors. Now, every other player you see in-game, or demon, is a real-life player. If you see a demon in Final Selection, just know that's a real player. Now, there's also a thing in Final Selection that can help you. If you do get the most demon kills, so I'd say if you get around 3 demon kills, so you kill 3 demons, or you get around 2 or 3, then you will be probably made an MVP. And there's around 3 MVP slots, which can get you an extra rank in the Demon Slayer. Obviously, the starting rank is Mizunoto, but if you get MVP, then you'll be a Mizunoe. In the Demon Slayer Corps, ranks is everything. The more demon kills you have, the more demon kills you have, the more you rank up. So on, so on, so on. And the more you rank up, the more stats you get. Get into that now. At top, we've got Yen. Awareness, this stat is currently not used. Resilience, which is basically your HP. Now, we just say res for short because we use restoratives in this game. Immunity is basically immunity is a system that's used. It's just kind of rare. Now, if it's a stormy weathering game, rain, fog, thunder, anything like that, you can get ill in game, which basically causes you to get stunned by coughing in combat. So if I'm swinging, let's say I'm ill, which is it's like a 10% chance to get ill, and I might randomly cough in combat. Now, to get rid of that, you just drink a res pot, which will heal you and get rid of the illness. And then we've got spins. Now, spins are only useful for demon slayers, and to use spins, you have to have this Nichiren, which is the basic Nichiren you get when you pass the Demon Slayer Corpse. Now, to do anything with this Nichiren, you need to follow me. You go this way, then this way, and then round here, and then you should see this strange looking building. Now you go in here, you can actually customize your Nitra. The blade color. Now this is different. You've got to use Q and E to cycle through the different options. Now you can spin your blade color here, your grip color, and your guard. Some rates here on the wall. You've got Sanemi's guard, Mutro's guard, Gyu's guard, Rengoku's grip, and they've just got some other variants of stuff. But that is pretty much the basic main game and mechanics. A lot of people in this game take lore very seriously, but if you're seen wearing like something outside the Japanese time era, like headphones, chains, glass, I mean some glasses are allowed, but obviously not like spaceship glasses or things like that. Like certain things are allowed, like if you've got like a fur collar going around your neck or like a snake around your neck, things like that are allowed, but you just can't have things that don't fit in the time era. If you have things that aren't fitting in the time era, then that would be fail roleplay, and you'll probably get kill commanded and lose all your progress. Now this game is a PD game, which means you cannot progress outside of PD, and you will know when PD is on because there'll be a red thing here at the top of your screen, and I'll turn that on right now. This is PD, respawn restricted thingy. And then yeah, so that's how you know where PD is, and these are your PD points down here. You don't really need to keep track of, but they're handy to have. When PD is on, you progress your lore character, your Demon Slayer character, because your character's just you in Demon Slayer. You progress your character, grow stronger, yada yada yada. But anyway, I'm going to show you the combat now, and let's get right into it. Alright, so in this game, dashing is the main mechanic. It's not parry based. You can parry in this game. If you hold F and then left click, you do a parry. But it's not the most reliable option in the game. You can parry if someone's like M1 spamming you like this, full on, and they're predictable, then you can parry to get a free combo in. But the main way to dodge skills in this game and counter is by dashing, which is to run in this game, by the way. You hold out your sword and you press W twice. And you only get shift lock when you're holding out your sword. Forgot to mention that. Now dashing in this game gives you iframes on everything, your whole body, which means if Kokoshibo's using moon breathing on you and he's trying to hit you with his moon one-shot moon moves, then you can basically iframe them and dodge out the way. Now this goes for all ranks, even if you're a civilian, you can just dash and iframes. Now look, what do you have? ASMA, right? Okay, so if you just like run at me and then try ASMA X me, see like that, I iframed it. Now iframes are very timed based, you've got to time it right, but you know, as soon as you get the timing right, then it's quite good. M2s do a lot of damage, but they're slow. M1s are kind of mid, but they're decent damage. Now, I will say this game will get a lot more fun when you unlock a breathing style. Trust me now. But right now, we're just using ASMA, sword martial arts, the beginner things. Then breathings come after this later in lore. But for now, we're going to do a 1v1, and let's see who wins. Got me there. Now see how I use my dash to get out of that. See, sometimes when you parry it can block for you, which is kind of useful, but it's very situational. Now basically you want to dash pretty much every single time you've got it off cooldown, since it's super useful. Now another thing you can do in this game, I'm trying to explain while fighting. Now, the most helpful tip I can suggest is to roll sideways like this, and switch to a res pot, then back to your sword and dash. That's basically like a free res pot you can get off and they can't stop you. Now res pots have around a 2-minute cooldown while you're fighting in combat, but out of combat, res pots have no cooldown. So what a lot of people do, like especially in big group fights, is they get the people who are quite full on HP to go and stall the demon, while the people that are low and need to full heal try to get out of combat and then full heal. Now one thing I do recommend in this game is do not use moves. You don't have to M1 into moves, you can just use them out in the open. That's how you actually land a lot of your moves. Like M1ing in this game, trust me, is not that worth it. Now one thing I do recommend doing is out of PD, so outside of a permadeath event, you practice fighting either someone you just met in the Discord or group, because it can really help you improve at this game. If you've got SMA or ASMA or a breathing style, you can actually spam your skills. Well, you can try and get your skills off as you're like getting comboed, which is probably the most reliable way to get out of them. Now remember, demons can regen, but the way demons regen in this game is they stand still And they've got a whole G to regen for demons. Now this bit is a bit of a promotional thing for us, but you can get outfits like Sims with the Demon Slayer logo, or kind of any outfit you want, as long as it makes sense to be in the anime or show or game. You know what I mean? You can't just like be walking around with a Fortnite Hiyori on or something. And you can also get custom swords made. So like if Sim pulls out his sword, he's got custom animations on it. So like that's his idle animation. It's on his like shoulder, which is pretty cool. And if he blocks, he's got a custom block animation too, which is pretty cool. And then mine has a custom walk animation. This is my idol, which is slightly different. And then in comparison, this is the basic sword, which is just hands in the middle, basic. Now for the custom morphs and swords, you DM Jasper. He's the guy who makes them. And if you guys, and now you can also pay for custom estates. So if you want to start up a family and have an estate like mine, this big, you can pay me. And my username is Michi. So yeah, and then you can even if you don't want an estate and you want like just a single house like this, obviously I've got different types of houses. You can also pay for these, customize your own interior, own lore building, and yeah, have your own like little sanctuary. Alright, and that's it for this video tutorial. Sort of, I don't know, people are asking for this, so hope this helped, and see ya, bye bye.